All right, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Speed Gaming fans. I am WXFan21 on commentary, pulling a little bit here of double duty. Gonna be doing some tracking. If you want to track, feel free to hop in the Discord, but until then, I do just kindly ask everybody to bear with me as I pull double duty here. But welcome to this Metroid Prime Randomizer Week 4 Mentor Tournament race between Slucky and Drieky. The racers are ready. The gate has been dropped, and now here on the restream, the racers are getting started. We will get the racers synced on up for you all with no problem. Just bear with us. Your standings so far for these racers. Slucky is 1 and 2. Drieky also 1 and 2. So someone is going to advance to 2 and 2 after this is being done. And like I said, the racers are set, synced up. Let's see what Alcove is. Looks like we're going to get our launcher. We are, but we're going to get our launcher to get things started. You love to see it. This means we're probably going to get artifact hints here early. And we are. Could be our morph ball here for actually a nice change of pace as well. And here we go. Slucky the first to be able to reach the artifact temple. Probably our morph ball. Oh, it's another missile expansion. See where our artifacts are going to be. Hopefully you're all having a wonderful Saturday. Time for our artifact checks. Great Tree Chamber. Elite Quarters, Chozo Ice Temple, Warrior Shrine, Watery Hall Access, and Life Grove. Another required Omega Pirate Seed. Selfishly, I was hoping for no lower mines because I'm going to be out here at 6 p.m. Eastern. So, but luckily only one thing in lower mines, and we know it's an artifact, and the racers, that's probably the last artifact that they will route in. Depending on what we find. Again, artifacts here. Drieky's going to show it on their screen. Life Grove. Elite Chambers. We got a ton of them. I'm sure chat's going to go ahead and pop them in at some point. Kirby, yes, I agree with you. It's the 10 millionth time we're going to see an Omega Pirate Seed. Nicely done from Slucky. Nice little slope jump there. They're going to go check out the tunnel to get things started. Transport Access A. Nice missile expansion. Again, both these racers do have Charge Beam. So we're going to get that set and ready to go for you all. Drieky's also doing the same thing, which I find this really interesting. Both racers decide to go to Transport Tunnel A rather than just head straight into Chozo. K-Rar, thank you for the the artifact locations. Great Tree Chamber, Omega Pirate, Chozo Ice Temple, Warrior Shrine, Watery Hall, Access, and Life Grove. We have a ton of Talon and Chozo artifacts. We've got our Ice Temple, which is in Phendrana. Really interesting locations here. Again, Omega Pirate isn't terrible. We'll probably be fully equipped by the time we get down there. Again, for those of you that are new, this is, in fact, a... You can't get through Metroid Quarantine A without X-Ray and Plasma. They are logically required. So Slucky's gonna go make a play for Hive Totem. We did see an energy tank on Grapple Ledge. Nothing in terms of craziness. Sorry, folks, we're having some issue with Slucky's audio. We'll go ahead and get that fixed. Nice Varia suit, though. Nicely done. Slucky trying over here to go peek what's in this tunnel. A trick that I've been told has been very recently found and looked like Grapple Beam, but I can't be sure on that. There's our Morph Ball. Morph and Boost acquired. We've been finding Morph and Boost very close, what feels like the last couple seeds I've commentated. Very interesting. Drieky also on their way to the Hive Totem. Slucky is going to unlock the Magmor elevator, at least open it up, and it'll make their way over to Vault. Drieky going to go get their Morph Ball and their Boost Ball. Drieky's gonna go backwards. What was in Vault? Vault Ledge was a missile expansion. Drieky did get their Varia suit, I believe, correct? Drieky also needs to be very, very careful. Nice main power bombs! Drieky gonna get the energy refill. Slucky with main power bombs. Nice find. Gonna be able to open this up. And Drieky has actually elected to go all the way back to start. I believe someone in chat said our bombs are over here at landing site. And they are. So Slucky coming across main power bombs. We got bombs found on the side of Drieky. Lucky go grabbing that Metroid. And folks, just bear with me. I am doing double duty, comms and tracking. Missiles in the vault, thank you, Iro. And now Slucky is going to make a play for Magmore. Drieky looks to be doing the same thing. Slucky does not have regular bombs, but has power bombs. Drieky has bombs, but no power bombs. We'll see how this plays out as both racers head into Magmore. Drieky's going to go in from this elevator. Slucky heads in from the main elevator. Oh, my bad. Slucky was going Chozo to Magmore. My bad. Drieky first into Magmore. Slucky's going back for their bombs. Okay, Drieky! What are we gonna find here in Magmore as they almost fall into the lava? Kamir's like, I swear, Kamir's like, they're gonna start running a preset with 6 to 7 artifacts required, place so they can dodge OP. Slucky's gonna go check this over here as well. And this will be, is a progression, it's just a missile expansion at the frigate crash site. Drieky's gonna make a quick play through the lava, needs to be careful on 7 energy! I'm going to go back for some of those boxes with energy, and they will. Needs to be very careful. Trying to grab that red energy. That's good for 20. And the only energy tank we've seen so far is the one on grapple ledge. Drieky's going to be really careful not to get knocked here into the lava. We're going to see what Tunnel has. Nice missile expansion. Nothing crazy yet. Hopefully you all can hear me okay. Let me know if there's an issue with the audio quality. Drieky trying to be taken out by the turrets. Missile refills, but not one set of energy. Needs to be very careful not to hit any puffers or any of these turrets along the way. Excellent. Thank you. Glad the audio is doing well. Or is good. I want to make sure y'all can hear me okay. Drieky's going to go hit clear out Triclops Pit, Storage Cavern, and Lava Lake. Slucky is stuck. Again, Drieky's going to be really careful. 29 energy. That's all they have left. They need an energy tank. Both of these racers do. Trying to blow up as many boxes as they can, and we're going to see... Nice Plasma Beam! Triclops Pit having Plasma Beam! But can't get there. No Space Jump. Maybe we're going to find Space Jump here in Storage Cavern. Dun, 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 dun. No, it's just a missile. Where are our Space Jump boots? Slucky catching up to Drieky. We know where Plasma Beam is. Unfortunately, we don't have Space Jump yet. Drieky's gonna have to go through this room as normal, as intended. Gotta get through the Triclopses. 29 energy for Slucky, 36 energy for Drieky. Racer's gonna be really careful. The puffers in this room can be a real pain! Is this race gonna come down to right here, right now? Is someone gonna take an unfortunate death? No one has saved in a little bit here. Both racers getting some energy. Magmore taken out. Again, gotta be careful. Avoid those puffers. Drieky's gonna head the back way in. We'll see what's in Lava Lake. Lava Lake's a missile. Drieky's gonna make their way back into Chozo. Slucky will be interesting to see where they go. Do they head into Fendrana? We know there's an artifact in Warrior Shrine. Nicely done. Gonna use the walkway to get to Warrior Shrine to get their first artifact. Nice jump from Slucky. Kamir says space jump in canyon or plants. Possible. In fact, one found for Slucky. And Slucky has power bombs, so we're going to see what's underneath here. And it's just a missile. Slucky's going to go back and take out these turrets yet again. Drieky gets through Vault. They didn't see anything they wanted, so they're going to skip Vault. Space Jump could easily be in Watery Hall. We have everything we need to get there. Drieky's going to go pick up their main PVs. And I hope you all are having a really good Saturday. Slucky is going to go for this item over here, heading towards Fen, and it's a power bomb expansion. Nice find. Nice use of bomb jump for Drieky. Realizing there's one more artifact. Or one more item check, and that's their main power bombs. Slucky's also going to come across their plasma beam. These racers are neck and neck. Interestingly enough, and this is going to be good info for Slucky as well, if they're going to go get, they're going to find plasma. No one's gone back for Gallery Tunnel yet. I think Gallery Tunnel is grapple, but I'm not sure. One of the racers, I think it was Slucky, did try peeking it, but I wasn't exactly sure what the item was. It was some sort of, something that was yellow. So it was either missile expansion, could be grapple. So now Drieky's going to make a play for Watery Hall in Gathering Hall. We're going to peek this item over here at the Ruined Fountain. And it is a missile expansion. Now, no grapple beam does not put Magma Pool in logic yet. I'm sure both these races are going to be very happy when they get an energy tank, that's for sure. Drieky does take the save. Gonna make their way over to Watery Hall. Multiple item checks that we can get over here. We have Lower Watery Hall in the water. We obviously have the charge beam location. Watery Hall access here we know is an artifact, so Drieky's gonna get there first and regain the lead. Slucky, though, gonna also head back to Chozo. There's another missile expansion. If you are just joining us, I am WXFan21. And this is a race between the 1 and 2 Slucky and the 1 and 2 Drieky. Someone's gonna get their second win. Unfortunately, someone's gonna take their third loss. It is a Metroid over in Lower Dynamo. So now the question becomes, with Drieky's safety save, they are most likely going to go for this Lower Watery Hall access, excuse me, Lower Watery Hall item. We are about to see what this item is. They're going to scan for it. Really tough to do on just one energy tank. Oh! What that? That's Wave Beam! 2 of the 3 beams have been found. We want that wave beam, so it would not surprise me here to see Drieky head all the way back, take a quick energy refill at the save station, and then come all the way back. Oh, Drieky does get taken out by the little waivers there. Or the whatever you want to call them. Where is Space Jump? It could very well be on Zoid. We haven't seen Zoid yet. Zoid and Logic, obviously, you have to just traverse this room without Space Jump. So the way the room was intended, gee, there's a thought. That's exactly where Drieky's headed. I think Space Jump's gonna be on Zoid. Twitch chat and viewers, let's have a little bit of fun. Is Zoid gonna be required? Yes or no? I want to see it in the Twitch chat. Do you think Zoid is required? Yes or no? I want to hear from you. Drieky gonna bomb jump up to this Gathering Hall item, and it's Wave Buster. Get those predictions in. Is it a yes, Zoid required, or no? Want to hear from you. I've already got a no in the chat. I think yes. Slucky gonna do the bomb jump up here. And goes down. We got a couple no's in chat. We're about to find out. Slucky picks up their second artifact. Drieky's gonna go hit this head Zoid first before checking what's behind Zoid. A missile expansion behind Zoid. Solid Zoid fight so far. Just takes a little bit to defeat Zoid. Alright, here we go. Is it Space Jump? No, it's a missile! Congrats to Kirby and Chitty. Congratulations. Zoid was not required. Make sure you treat yourself to a cookie. Only kidding. But Drieky is going to go ahead and check the lower furnace item. Going to get through this room first on the morph ball bomb. Yeah, morph ball bomb puzzle. Kirby's treating himself to a pineapple pizza. Alright, this will be a lower furnace play for Drieky. Drieky out in the lead right now. Right now, we're kind of locked we're locked behind Space Jump, so Space Jump has to be here soon. We need Space Jump to progress. It's either here, lower furnace, or it's going to be somewhere in front Fendrana. Never mind! We're gonna get Spider Ball before we get Space Jump! That's a big find. That's gonna allow Drieky to check upper furnace. Couldn't even tell what was there. Drieky didn't see anything they wanted, so they are out. Spider Ball opens up quite a bit for us now. Yeah, Kamir in chat says back to upper dynamo after this. Yep, could be an upper dynamo check. That's in logic. We have Ice Ruins East now in logic. That Space Jump will open up the rest of this seed. We know where Plasma is. Drieky not going to save. They're going to continue. They have skipped upper dynamo. And realizing there's an upper dynamo check, they're going to head backwards. I do not know who the mentors are for this race, so we'll find that out later. So Drieky is going to go ahead and head back for the upper dynamo check. Again, wave beam over here in Watery Hall. We're going to have to come back here anyway. But no energy tanks being found. Except for Grapple Ledge, which we don't have Grapple Beam to get. We don't have Space Jump to get there. Drieky's mentor is Lenophis. Thank you. Appreciate that, Kamir. So now for the upper dynamo check. Again, we want to make sure we give a big shout out to these mentors as well, taking time out of their days to be able to mentor these mentees. Really? Poor Drieky is stuck. There we go. Alright, what is this item going to be? And it's just a missile expansion. Slucky getting their spider as well. We're going to have to come back here to Watery Hall anyway to go get that Wave Beam. Question is do these racers go right for Front Fen, or do they go for Flagra? There's Drieky's second artifact that they just picked up. There are quite a few of you who really want the Space Jump to be in Phendrana Canyon. Jeez, Twitch chat. Slucky also going back for that item. Does take a safety save as well. They not only take a safety save, but they may want to try going for the NSJ jump to get Wave Beam. And on no energy tanks, just what you have for starting energy is really difficult. Drieky's going to go ahead and head to Flagra. Drieky does this out of... so, yes, Flagra's in logic, but bomb jumping there... Oh, that was just pretty. First time bomb jump over the gate. Nicely done by Drieky. And yes, here we go. Slucky, NSJ, one shot to get Wave Beam. And misses it. That'll be it for Slucky. They're going to go ahead and take the save from what they did before. Drieky's at Flagra. These beam locations are bad. Also, by defeating Flagra, if Drieky wants, Drieky can go back and get Wave Beam if they know the NSJ jump, because the water won't be poisonous anymore. It won't hurt them. They can go try the NSJ jump for Wave Beam if they really want to. So defeating Flagra, you not only check out what this item is that Flagra's holding, but at the same time, you're going to be able to go get Wave Beam if you know the NSJ jump. NSJ slope jump, rather. Slucky is also going on to defeat Flagra. This does seem logical at this point. And with no... what do you call it? No space jump. You gotta defeat Flagra the way the game intended, except without Boost Ball. Alright, here we go. Is Flagra required? No! Flagra is not required. What is up with this seed? Now, Drieky and Slucky could head back for Chozo Ghost if they want to. I believe what Baja was telling me yesterday when I was calming with him is that this isn't, I think, in logic. because you technically need super missiles to go back for this, because if you fall, there's no way to get out of, there's no way to get back up into Chozo Ghost, and we don't have supers yet. So I'm thinking Space Jump is somewhere in early front Vendrana. Possibly Vendrana Canyon, which some people in chat really want to see. We'll see if Chozo Ghost does have anything. Slucky picks up their missile expansion. Drieky is almost done with Chozo Ghosts, and here we go. We're gonna see, is this required or not? Right now, this seed is kind of leading us into front Vendrana, possibly leading us into Vendrana Canyon. Again, we have Spider. It's possible that Space Jump Boots are over in Ice Ruins East. Slucky is definitely making a way right now, choosing to skip Chozo Ghost, heading back into Magmore, and is making a play for Vendrana as well. Here we go. Is this required? I can't tell. What is it? Oh, it's a suit. Oh, it's Gravity Suit. Ooh. Well, that just made going after Wave Beam easy. And that's exactly what Drieky is going to do. As Slucky heads to find Space Jump, Drieky with Gravity Suit now out of logic. Again, if I remember from what Baja was telling me yesterday, that doing Chozo Ghost without supers is not required, but now can go back and get Wave Beam. Gravity's going to make that NSJ slope jump so much easier. And now what Drieky can go ahead and do is once they get Wave Beam, they can go into Vendrana and not have to worry about going back for anything. They have Gravity, and they'll have Wave. They'll have full access to front Vendrana, possibly access to parts of far Vendrana, if, in fact, that we can find Ice Beam. And again, at this point, where the heck is our Space Jump? Ah, nicely played, Baja. Drieky trying to get out of this. Remember that Drieky never opened up the gate. So what you see Drieky trying to do was trying to bomb jump over it, but being able to get the speed to get out did allow Drieky with the boost ball to get out. Drieky heading back for Wave Beam. Please welcome Bello on CoComs.
Hello. I just joined. What did I miss?
You're missing the seed where apparently Space Jump has just never spawned. We're 39 minutes into the seed and we don't have Space Jump yet.
Oh, I just played a similar one just now, where it turned out to be an overgrown cavern. So maybe we'll see that.
That's terrible.
Yes, that stinks.
So we found Gravity Suit was on
All right.
Chozo Ghosts. But we
Nice.
have absolutely no idea where our space jump is. And we found Wave Beam, its lower watery hull. And that's what Drieky is going back to get. And now, since they've defeated Flagra, they don't get away with the poisonous water. And they get Gravity Suit. They can take their sweet time.
That would make absolute sense, especially with those bombs. Alright, well, let's see it. Oh, that looked like Ice Beam.
Wave Beam, actually.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh, and we have a tracker? Hi, Astral. Thank you for coming in and tracking. I appreciate all of you, by the way.
Yep.
So I've already got the tracker pretty much up to date here. This is where I think Space Jump could be, and it's supers!
Ooh,
okay,
supers.
Wait a minute. So this logic chain is stupid. So we need to go into Ice Ruins East to get supers, to go back to defeat Chozo Ghost, to get Gravity Suit, to go back NSJ to get Wave Beam, and we still don't have Space Jump.
Yeah.
What is the seed?
Well, we don't have grapple
Baha,
on the tracker.
no. Baha, no. Baha wants Space Jump and Crossway. No.
Baha, bad.
Baha, you genned the long seed last night. Please no. I think that was you anyway. Well, listen, I want to give a shout out to Bello and Astro for coming in and doing co-coms and tracking respectively. I did post that. One of the reasons I didn't sign up for this race to begin with is I have somewhere to be tonight, so I had a hard stop at 6, and I've already calmed a few of these races where they've gone more than 2 hours. And with the way this seed was looking, it was looking the same exact way. So Bello will take over after 6 p.m. Eastern when I have to.
No worries.
I have to head out. So thank you. And Bello, you are undefeated if I'm not mistaken. 3-0, right? Looking to go 4-0.
Hopefully. You see, Lucarius is a scary opponent, I will say. And the funny fact is, my mentor usually is Dace, but that's also Lucarius' mentor, even more so when they're partners in Prime in the CGC tournament. So can't really interfere. Oh, there is Space Jump.
Okay. Which of you in Twitch chat kept wanting Finjana Canyon? You step up right now. Which one of you? Personitis, you're fired. Who else? We're gonna start yeeting people out of the Twitch chat. Which other one of you people wanted Space Jump? I'm scrolling up. Yeah, Kamir, bye. You're gone too. No, I'm kidding.
Why would you want such craziness? You can't reward it, but damn.
This is called mod abuse. This is where we abuse the moderators.
Well, Space Jump found. So you mean to tell me you had to go super missiles into Canyon to get your Space Jump? Oh, by the way, we found Plasma Beam in Triclops Pit.
Oh. Oh yeah, and no Space Jump. None of the runners
exactly,
knew
you
the
can't
NSJ
get
strats. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you could, I'm sure, if there's probably some NSJ.
Yes, there is an NSJ. Yes.
Oh.
But it's a tricky one. Pretty precise and can lose a bit of time if you get stuck on it.
Not in these logic settings.
Absolutely not in logic.
This seed is terrible. Like, if you just think of the routing, it was... Bombs were at landing site. Morphball was over at Hive Totem. Main power bombs in Ruin Shrine.
Ooh.
So, the only energy tank we found so far is Grapple Ledge, and we don't have Grapple.
Oh, that's right. I just noticed the lack of E.
Yeah.
Almost 45 minutes in, and no E.
I think Grapple Beam, if I'm not mistaken, is over in, what's it called? It's the access hall into Hive Totem. Gallery hall access.
Okay.
Because Slucky, I think, tried peeking the item.
Oh, right. You mean the Ruined Gallery.
Yes. And I think that's where Grapple Beam is, but I could be wrong. I saw something that was yellow. It could have either been Grapple Beam, or it could have been just a missile expansion, or a power bomb expansion for that matter. So,
yeah, you don't get a lot of frames to identify the item.
No, Slucky, check the tree.
Slucky, please.
Slucky wanted the energy tank. Now going back for the tree. But,
Yeah.
so Baja and I commented the seed last night, and there's a valid seed for us.
Hey,
Flamethrower found. So Baja and I were commentating a race last night.
Right.
We had a full tracker because we had to check everywhere for X-ray visor.
Oh boy.
You want to know where X-ray visor was? Tree. Guess what we didn't have until late, Supers?
Yeah.
They checked everywhere except for
the tree. Yep. Shoutouts to Team Check the Tree.
If I missed something on the tracker, it's because I'm laughing.
Oh yeah, that definitely reminds me of that week 2 seed that Sam gen for me and Astral. That was absolutely horrible. Kind of in the same vein as this one, where Space Jump was in Transport Center in Fendrana. Far Fendrana. Neither have I, Astral. Neither have I. Yeah. So, needless to say, I do feel quite a bit of compassion for our runners here.
Oh, of course. Not only compassion for runners, but it's just like there is the logic change settings for this is just insane. Slucky finally going back for their wave. And Bella, you can correct me if I'm wrong. That NSJ slope jump is in logic, correct? For beginners?
Is the one in Watery Hole lower?
Yes.
No, not
it's
NSJ.
Not okay. Well, Slucky has space jump anyway, so.
The way to make it in logic would be getting gravity and bombs or space jump.
Yeah.
In beginner, if I'm not mistaken.
No, either way we have it. So we get supers into gravity, or supers into space, into gravity. So I doubt Slucky's ever going back for Chozo Ghost, by the way.
Probably not. No, doesn't really have an incentive to.
No, but both racers are most likely gonna make their way to Plasma Beam once Drieky goes and gets their space jump from Fen Canyon. Slucky is gonna start pulling away with this too early because they have that movement advantage of space jump.
Absolutely, yeah. Space jump is really big, especially in long NSJ seeds like these, where it's basically a game of who finds space jump first. Honestly,
pretty much. And I gotta tell, both of these runners have been outstanding throughout this entire race to begin with. It has been neck and neck.
Oh, really?
So this has been an outstanding race, and it's only going to continue to get better. So like Slucky now is go ahead and doing this again. This is not in logic because we don't have X-ray. But when you know it, you know it. Oh, finally another energy tank, which they're going to be really happy about that.
Yep. He is going for the Arbor Chamber secret world.
Also not in logic.
Oh, absolutely not. Oh, struggling a bit with the standable here, trying to get back into the invisible standable. A bit stressful because if you overshoot it, you fall all the way down, and he gets it. Nice.
Nicely done from Slucky. Just needs to drop a little bit into the room. Might have been a little too far, but gets it. Nicely done. So that clears out nothing we needed in Root Cave. And you know what? This actually isn't bad. You routed in Root Cave, those two items, and you're just going to go right into Magmore. Go back and get your Plasma Beam. And then head back into Fen.
Yeah. Don't know if we've peaked much into Fendrana, but
no, not yet.
Oh, so that's going to be interesting.
Oh yes, by the way, the two artifacts we have found so far, we have a required Omega Pirate.
Oh, great. Awesome.
Nice X-ray, though. Right, you peaked X-ray.
Yep, and now Slucky will be able to get it, too.
This seed is rude. So,
very.
So now we have to go, again, supers, space jump, back to gravity, back to plasma. Or you can even skip gravity, go get plasma, come back this way to go get X-ray. The chain is brutal. It's absolutely logically brutal.
Yes.
But yeah, so Omega Pirate acquired. We have Chozo Ice Temple. He is an artifact.
Okay. So.
And then we do have Great Tree Chamber artifact and Life Growth artifact. So not terrible.
Yeah. It could be worse, definitely. And are we running with the Randomania 7.5 logic?
Correct. So we're going to be Canyon.
Yes. So
on the way.
That slope jump in Frigate Crash Site is now being in logic. Just makes life easier.
Yep, Fen Canyon as well. There's something about Fen Canyon now that's in logic that I didn't realize was that before. Plasma beam for Slucky.
All right. So it's in pretty now. Slucky has gravity suit, so in terms of E, having 2 energy tanks now actually isn't too bad thanks to the damage reduction.
Oh, Drieky has the gravity suit. Slucky does not.
Oh, right.
So that,
yeah.
That was really one of the biggest route divergences here of the seed. Was that Slucky went to Magmore after Flagra.
Oh, okay.
Drieky went back to go fight Chozo Ghost, and that's where we found gravity.
Oh. We didn't have Spider at the time, or did we? Because it all depends on whether they did early
yes,
wild.
we had Spider.
Yeah.
Spider was lower furnace.
Oh, okay. Right, so they did Zoid and then, well, not necessarily did Zoid, but I assume they did.
Yes. Zoid was nothing.
Okay. Interesting logic, I gotta say. I am just joining, and this is already a train wreck. Good.
Yes. Train wreck, you can definitely say.
Alright, and now Drieky having their hands on Space Jump.
Hooray! We can move throughout
Fantastic.
this seed now. I haven't seen Space Jump this late in the seed in a while.
I
At least
just
on the
saw
races
it.
I've commentated. At least on the ones I've gommed. It's lucky, though, making their way very fast. Drieky only has 26 energy.
Yeah, gotta be careful near those she-goths. They like to troll. Whatever you do not charge a beam in this room. Please.
You mean you don't want to hug the bombos?
Not at 28 energy, no. You know, they kind of look like COVID virus, and
I've never thought of that before you said it.
and well, we want to keep social distancing, right?
Rikey's gonna go return to start as well to go and get their plasma. So Slucky routed this better. Again, Drieky went for Ghosts, which is totally fine.
Well, if I do have Spider Ball after defeating Flagra, I'm definitely going for Ghost, as that's 100% in logic.
Yep.
Got no reason not to do it. Oh, cool strat by Slucky here, standing right next to the
Third artifact for Slucky. And again, when you think about Plasma Beam, when you think about routing in that other artifact, it just makes a lot of sense. Just like, go back and get Plasma out of the way with now, and then you can go and just really start routing through Fen. If you need to go through labs, if you need to go to, you know, like wherever the seat's taking you, having Plasma at this point makes life easier if you're these racers. My opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, even combat-wise, even though Thordis is not in logic due to the lack of a thermal visor, it still expedites the fight pretty well.
And Slucky didn't see anything they wanted, so they're gonna make a play, most likely now, for Ruin Courtyard. So I think we've pretty much checked every item in front, Fen. Maybe with the exception of without some of the plasma checks, which we know one's X-ray.
Yep.
So, which does unlock Omega Pirate.
Yes. Slucky is probably going to go back for it. Also, interesting strat of using X-ray to lock on consistently to the flicker bats here and perform a scan dash. I like this.
For sure.
Oh no!
Oh no! What happened?
Doesn't look like Slucky is going back for X-ray.
Rude.
That might cost a bit. Hopefully they remember in time. Come on, please go back.
Question.
That's right. Actually, I wasn't there, so I couldn't tell you. Alright, opting for the ruined courtyard climb. Always a pretty sight to behold. Making good use of the standable that's just doing... Oh, and grapple beam.
Nice grapple, so it wasn't over in Gathering to begin with, in Gallery.
Oh, really? Is it in immediate knowledge?
Yeah.
I was gonna...
I was, but like I said, when Baja and I were doing cons, I was kind of wondering at the, like, no, because if you fall off, you can't get back up. You don't have supers at that point.
Oh, right. Yeah, I guess that's fair. Yes. Slucky got grapple in Ruined Courtyard. And now, Slucky pivot saving and going into labs. So that's interesting. I want to talk about pivot saving a little because it's a pretty useful tech for routing races. Basically, what's happening here is Slucky does not have ice beam, so they will not be able to exit from the end of labs, which means if there is absolutely nothing in labs, they will have to walk all the way back to Ruined Courtyard in order to go fight, well, Tharus. Even if it's out of logic, it's a nice shortcut. But if there is nothing in labs, Slucky can just reset, and they will be back at the place they saved at, saving a lot of time, and that's what we call pivot saving.
Yep. We've seen it on multiple occasions be used, whether it's here, this is probably one of the more prominent ones that are, you know, more well-known, the pivot saving, so you don't have to retrack back through labs. Mines is another one, phase-on hint. Another energy tank, which Slucky is absolutely going to go take. Luckily, that super missile hit, too.
Yeah. The pirates wanting to play Super Smash Brothers, apparently. That's alright.
Super Smash Brothers.
Oh, right, I missed it. Slucky does have X-ray. I was looking at the tracker.
Well, there you go. Nicely done, Slucky.
That was my mistake.
That's all good.
Alright.
We talked about X-ray and neither of us realized it wasn't on the tracker.
Yep. Neither of us did.
Slucky's gonna go ahead and skip that energy tank for the time being.
Yeah, three tanks good enough. I mean, to be fair, Astral, I think Slucky already had X-ray by the time I joined, so didn't really notice. Alright, witnessing a nice little control tower fight skip. Well, indeed, pressing buttons is hard, otherwise not a lot of people would be racing this game. Alright. Skipping needed to use the plasma beam for it, and just a missile expansion in control tower.
Wah, wah, wah.
Okay, but I do want to mention something real quick.
Yes.
I have been forsaken by a peak, and I want to tell you all about it because I'm still mad about it. So I was training at one point, and I chose to peek the item in Upper Fiery Shores, right? I'd gotten main power bombs at this point, and I saw something in my peak that was sort of dark brownish and with hints of yellow, and I thought, oh hey, that looks like bombs. Bombs in Upper Fiery Shores. Well, that's stinky logic, but it's still in logic, probably. As it turns out, it was a nothing item. I softlocked myself because I did not have boost.
Oh. Damn.
Yep. I'm still mad about this. But anyways, back on track. Slucky now making
Here comes the pivot
to...
save.
Yep, that's what I was just talking about.
Labs had
save.
nothing. So now, again, logic-wise, where the heck are we supposed to go?
So there is still Quarantine Monitor that's in logic now that we have Grapple. However, Thoris itself is not in logic due to the lack of thermal, but
Nor
then
should
again,
be getting to Thoris, if I'm not mistaken.
yes, like you should, in my opinion, you should still do Thoris regardless, even if you don't have
Well, I mean,
thermal,
can't
because...
you not get into Thoris logically once you launch the super missile? Because you're supposed to use your thermal visor to be able to look for the scan, to look for the energy point?
Yeah, from the back. Well, what I'm
saying
is
saying
the
from the
Thoris
back.
fight.
You're saying, okay, my bad. You're saying from the back. I was saying from, logically from the front, you're not supposed to get in without thermal.
Well, yeah, I don't even think you're supposed to fight Thoris without thermal. That's the point of the logic. You can still get through, as Astral put out, through Workstation, and get Quarantine Monitor that way. Right, Drieky attempting the Chozo Ice Temple climb. Having a bit of trouble, but it's quite a difficult climb.
Mm-hmm.
The standables are a little finicky and a bit small, so if you do mess up, there's a good chance you fall all the way down, like a lot of the vertical rooms in this game. And Artifact of Elder. Ricky's still rocking that no E-Tank build, by the way.
E-Tanks.
Oh, Slucky making their way to Tower of Light also. Oh, yeah, that happens. Not standing on the branch. Oh, just goes with playing. Sometimes you mess up. All right, just a missile expansion. Not gonna bother getting it. And Drieky also opting not to... maybe they were a bit hesitant there, but ultimately deciding to go get that. What was that, by the way? That's an energy tank. Completely understandable to get it. Right? And also Slucky making use of the cutscene to check the top of Tower of Light. And an E-Tank, which they will get. Being a little careful not to fall down prematurely, and 30 tank, which I believe we have lost by resetting out of labs. So now we just got it back. Yay!
Hooray!
And speaking of E-Tanks, Drieky finally getting their first E after Chapel of the Elders of all things, and nice nothing item in Tower Chamber.
Yep. How exciting.
Yeah, also shoutouts to that Astral. What a feeling, huh?
Mm.
Alright, so with what Slucky has in hand,
Question is what's left?
Yes, so Ice Beam is still a major hurdle. We still need it for Mind's Axis and ultimately OP. So the big thing to stay on the lookout for right now is definitely going to be Ice Beam. What that entails with that gravity suit is that gravity restricted areas are mostly locked by Ice Beam as well. So I don't think that's going to impair Slucky that much when looking for.
Oh, I
Ice
know
Beam.
what we haven't checked yet.
Oh, Magma Pool. Oh.
Magma Pool, training chamber access, training chamber. Yes, we haven't checked Crossway.
Oh, right.
Doesn't this seed the way the logic setting is being just kind of screaming at us to go back to Crossway and trolling the racers?
I mean, this is Randomania. It's all about trolling the racers, honestly. Oh, there's Ice Beam.
Training chamber access.
With that...
Nice call, Bello.
Yep. With that, I believe all that Slucky has to do now is go hunting for their artifacts.
That's it.
And depending on how thoroughly they combed every area, maybe go for the Phazon suit hint as well. We have Boost Ball, so Ridley's going to be a breeze.
So let's just think about this for a second. And I like asking this sometimes to my co-coms. I like also answering it myself when I'm doing, comments some of these racers.
Yep.
If you're Slucky, you just got the last item you needed to traverse the entire world. You don't really need thermal. You need Phazon. You're in a hunt for your artifacts and Phazon. We know the last 3 items that both of these racers need are Great Tree Chamber, Life Grove, and Omega Pirate. Do you just route in the 2 talent checks and then to OP? Or are you booking it to mines and going from OP, routing back up, and then just getting the 2 talent items and heading back? How are you thinking about routing this?
That's a very good question, actually, because there are arguments for and there are arguments against, I would say. Well, you see, the thing about doing OP first is, well, we have all we need, so the order doesn't really matter. It's more of a matter of how fast can you go through the rooms. At this point, what Slucky has, they have 4 E-tanks, which is plenty to survive mines. Well, given where Slucky is, currently, what I would do is I would do Life Grove first, I think. I can just stay for back there, do Bart. I can get there from Chozo, do Life Grove and Great Tree Chamber, then do Bar Skip, and then go down to Mines and rush Omega Pirate.
Right.
Depending on...
I think I'd reverse it. I think I'd go PPC, or I'd go to Workstation, check the Workstation item, I'd book it into PPC, and then start routing lower mines, and then race up, so I can logically not have to do Bar Skip, and then just route in the 2 challenge checks, and I get all those checks in the way. But again, either way, you can just kind of see how, we're thinking of this. I've been thinking of this from a logic standpoint, but if I know Bar Skip, I don't care about logic. I'm going to go do, get the 2 talent items, Bar Skip, and head to mine.
Yeah, that's the thing about artifacts. Logic is irrelevant. But on that note, yeah, sure thing, Mike's we can absolutely explain the mentor thing. So, this is the Metroid Prime Randomizer Mentor Tournament. What this entails is, this is a beginner to intermediate oriented tournament, in which the participants are mentored currently through this race. So, for instance, Slucky here is being currently mentored by Schwartz Gandhi, and Drieky is being mentored by Lenafis. What this entails, ultimately, is that the mentors will provide advice to the racers as they go. So they will either explain how to do certain tricks to make things faster. They can also explain the routing, which is the main big thing when you are a mentor. I've had, as a runner myself, I've had the pleasure of having Dace as my mentor most of the times. Well, except for my upcoming race tomorrow. But Yes. Mentors will be here to give you advice on tricks, and that can be also before the race. When prepping for the race, they can also give you advice on what you should learn, what you should be improving on, and what could be worth skipping over, what's to prioritize. Mentors have a lot of experience, mostly, and they will. Yes, they're here to teach you the game, and this tournament is here to teach you the game. I myself have had somewhat of a year of experience running the randomizer and about 6 months actively racing, and even still, that's helped me quite a bit to cross a threshold that I feel like I've gotten a lot better thanks to this tournament, even though I knew most of the basics. So yeah, me and a lot of other racers, I think, are pretty grateful for this tournament. Thank you, thank you. Big shout outs to tournament organizers here, especially Baja Blood for putting out all these announcements. Y'all rock. Seriously.
I mean, like I've been saying it. I've been thanking Baja and everyone else, all the tournament organizers. 32 people signed up for this tournament.
Yes.
And you think about it, 32 people with how many mentors that we have, and this is just Prime 1. We get a whole community that loves Prime, we get people that play Echoes, we get people that do both. Like, Bello, I've calmed before, I've calmed his their Super Metroid races, you know? Like, this is huge to be able to have this many mentees. And again, like Bello was saying, the mentors are there during the race, before the race, helping you out all the time. This is not limited to just the tournament. If you didn't get in for the tournament, join the Discord. I posted all the links in the Twitch chat. If you have questions on Prime, Echoes, CGC, which is both games, join the Discord, ask your questions. The community is one of the most welcoming communities for speed racing that I've ever been a part of.
Oh yes, I second
Hands
this.
down.
Absolutely.
So, like for me, Bello, I came in, I watched a lot of Bash Prime stuff starting last year.
So did you, huh?
and seeing all the different, what do you call it? You know, just different randomizers. I've always loved this game. And then I saw something from SpeedGaming post something about a race. And that was last year's Prime tournament. Like, oh, anyone can, I went to the challenge on page just to take a look. Oh, anyone can sign up for the race, right? That's fine. Anyone can sign up to commentate. And I'm like, well, I'm a Counter-Strike caster. I started that about, you know, at the time was several months prior. Like, you know what? Go give it a try. I was very quickly welcomed. And this was an amazing community. And now I'm doing commentary again. I've done heck, if you were with us last year, I did a Swiss stage recap and a playoff preview for our tournament. Like, this community is awesome, outstanding. Drieky, unfortunately, triggering the Space Pirates is going to slow them down even more. Slucky is absolutely flying. So if you want to join the Metroid Prime Randomizer Discord. The people are awesome.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I posted all the links. Make sure you go follow these racers too. I posted that as well up in the Twitch chat, !R and !C. If you want to follow the commentary and tracking teams. So, very cool. Hour 13 in, we're finding a way to make a pirate. No Phazon suit found yet. So Phazon, it could be very much a hunt for Phazon. So we will see. But I think Bello and I can kind of agree. Bello, would you agree that the best thing to probably do is just rush your artifacts and rush to get the Phazon hit?
Yes. I don't know how thoroughly Slucky has combed the different areas.
Nice thermal.
Yeah, nice thermal. That's all 4 visors. It's gonna be very helpful for Essence. But back on track with the artifact hunt, I don't think Slucky has been able to very thoroughly comb many areas due to that lack of space jump, which is still horrendous. So yeah, I would rush the artifacts for for the phase-on suit hint, simply because of the fact that it could be on so many different areas. Having it narrow it down to a certain zone
Exactly.
would be pretty helpful.
Agreed. And I want to clarify something that Mike said in Twitch chat. This isn't just a race for newbies. This is a race for anybody. Cestrion's in this tournament. Lucarius is in this tournament. There are big names that we've seen in previous Metroid Prime tournaments that are Echoes players we've seen in here.
Yeah.
Right? Like, this is a race for anybody that wants to learn or get better at Metroid Prime 1. That is what the purpose of this tournament is.
Except if you've been in top 8 in some of the previous Prime tournaments, but like that's perfectly understandable. Yeah. But yeah, going back on the big names, funny you should mention them because last week I did race Cestrion, and that was an extremely close race that I've had the pleasure of partaking in. Astral can also bear witness to it as a commentator. And just tomorrow, I will be racing against Lucarius. So we'll be looking forward to that quite a bit.
Yep.
Yes. I won't spoil anything about this race, but as Astral put it, you should absolutely give it a watch. I've rewatched it like the day after the race, and wow, that was good.
So the other thing, if I have to plug another race to watch, Soaring Wyvern versus Java, I believe.
Ooh, yeah.
Week 3. That
All right,
was
so
back to back to back. It was one of the... I had such an absolute pleasure, and it was an honor, pleasure, and privilege to commentate that match. It really was. It was an honor, pleasure, and privilege to commentate that race. There was a PC crash that was involved. There was insane routing decisions. That race was outstanding. Highly worth it. Go back and watch it. So, Mike, come join the Discord. Go check the link. Come join the Discord. Go ask questions. Come join. You want to commentate? You want to track? Come join.
Slucky in a bit
Slucky,
of a tight spot here.
Slucky, you get 4 you have 4 energy tanks.
I mean, yeah.
Your name is Slucky, not Sucky. I'm sorry. I had to figure out some way of getting in that stupid pun. Kidding.
Oh,
I'm just
don't
kidding,
worry.
Slucky!
Well, we are lucky they didn't hear that.
There you go!
If puns are what you need, I'm the expert here.
Mike, come join the Discord. Nice skip.
All right.
So Slucky's going to go ahead and be able to take out a good chunk of Omega Pirate's armor here before things get started. Omega Pirate hasn't spotted them yet. Just pretty cool. But now they have.
Not yet, actually.
No.
Well, yes, the thing is OP works the same as all the other elites. He has to look at you directly into their line of sight for it to start activating the fight AI. Before then, he will still try to directly look at you and then do his like knuckle cracking animation, and then the fight starts proper.
There you go.
Yeah. What Slucky has been doing is they have been exploiting this sort of vulnerability and just circling around OP and pelting it with plasma until no more armor.
And unfortunately, Slucky got the worst pirates to get, and that was the wave pirates.
Oh yeah, those stink.
Yeah.
And with only 4 E-tanks, you can't really afford to tank and only Vario.
No. Where is Drieky going? Drieky, you've cleared Tower of Light already. What are you doing?
I don't know.
I think Drieky's cleared Tower of Light.
Maybe they haven't done the upper Maybe they've cleared Tower Chamber, but haven't done...
Oh, right, because we didn't have Space Jump to check the upper item.
Yes.
Got it. That would make sense. So, oh, nice! We got Ice Spreader.
Okay, fantastic. That's gonna make it for a lot easier,
No,
time
Slucky!
at,
Slucky!
Okay, Slucky, jump! Slucky, you can jump!
Slucky was jumping, the door wasn't opening for them!
Oh. Oh no.
Zeruven, thank you for the raid. Hope your stream went well. So, for Mike and anyone else that's interested in joining the Metroid Prime Randomizer, it's the one over there. When I posted exclamation point NPR, you want the randodiscord.metroidprime.run Discord. That's the one you want to gain access to our Discord, correct?
I do believe so.
Excellent.
Well, it's the only link with Discord in it, so it's also titled Discord right next to it. So
Absolutely.
I think it's fair to assume this is the right link for Discord.
Absolutely. All right. So now it's going to be a race to Talon.
Yep.
Lucky's going to go route in Great Treat Chamber. They're going to route in Life Grade.
Oh.
And then from there, we'll see what really materializes.
Yep.
Again, it could be Phazon, could be somewhere in Upper Mines,
Slucky,
which is quite possible.
Slucky, you have grapple beam.
And Power
You can
Bombs.
climb up. There we go.
Grateful these aren't Fission Metroids.
Oh, yeah. Well, at least thankfully we don't have to deal with them too much in the rando.
Yeah.
It's only the two in Phazon Core, but beyond that, if you're fast enough, you can ignore them.
You have said the wrong name of the room. It's called the worst room in the game. I've been renaming it worst room in the game.
I think that title goes to Monitor Station. I'm sorry. I hate this
Ooh,
room with
you
a
have it as
passion.
Monitor Station. Okay.
Yes, I have beef with this room.
See, Phazon Core, whatever that room is called, Jack and Jill, whatever that is, just it's so absolutely annoying. I don't like going through that room casually at all. Slucky
Slucky is opting to save probably.
Yeah, and again, gonna route an Overgrown Cavern, try heading to Great Treat, again, heading in the back way. If you were to head out, ooh, Slucky's gonna, I guess while you're here, check main core, we haven't seen it yet.
Why not?
Because once you head to Monitor Station, that's the Fendrana elevator. That's the one behind Thardas. That's the one that Bello and I were talking about earlier.
No, the one that leads to Thardas is Workstation. Monitor Station is the one that leads to Fendrana Shorelines.
Right, Workstation, my bad. I sometimes get those confused.
Yeah, understandable.
Let's face off!
Oh, good find by Slucky there. Well,
Beautiful find, nicely done. Slucky with the Phazon suit. Slucky's in go mode, just now needs to route in the items. So the one at Workstation's the one for backwaying into Thardas, which is what we were talking about if you wanted to go to... That's the one we're talking about, and Slucky is going to head back to Magmore. At this point, you're booking it to Lake Chozo to get into the Great Treat Chamber, Life Grove area.
Well, I mean, no, you are already in the Life Grove area from the main quarry elevator. You can just boost and
you are. My bad.
Go back up, and then just save warp.
That
from
in PPC,
wherever.
right? And see, this is why routing this in makes sense. Now you don't have to do bar skip.
Yeah.
Because how do you get to this point casually? It's through friggin' Crash Site, correct?
You go through from Frigate, yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Frigate's underneath.
Yeah.
And then you got Gravity Suit, you get to the water, and you end up in this area. Then unlocks the bars.
Ooh.
And Slucky goes down.
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 Yo, what's up, Gerard?
Elias says they have personal beef with most rooms in the game at this point.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, Elias, if you have personal rooms in the game too, you may have blown up a wall. I mean, to each their own. What you and Samus do in the privacy of a personal room is not. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Trying not to trigger Twitch chat. Artifact 5.
And 6 is soon to be coming for Slucky.
Yep. Question is which of the life growth checks is it going to be? Is it going to be the first one, or are we going to have to blow up the to get to the second one? Which would be funny, because that's already a artifact location.
Right, so for Mike here in chat, what you have to do is you can simply go to the page, to the volunteer sign-up page on SpeedGaming. The links are in tournament resources, I believe.
Correct.
And sign up as a tracker.
Oh, nice power expansion.
You will need to input your Discord username, Twitch username, and display name, and you're good to go. You will need to wait for SpeedGaming representative to confirm you in, but that's usually a green light. So
Absolutely.
I mean, just considering how I just dropped in the middle of this race.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
And there it is, Artifact of the Warrior in the normal Life Grove location for an artifact. So Slucky is now ready to finish the rest of this game.
Yeah. This is
and now becomes the race. Can Slucky beat the game and we can do post-game interviews before I have to leave?
All right. Yeah, that's the game.
That's the true race, folks. That's the true race.
Unbeknownst to Slucky, they are now running 2 races.
Pretty much. I'm kidding. But Slucky has absolutely routed this perfectly. Bello, I think the biggest piece that we can look back on that was the determining factor, outside of Slucky's movement, was Slucky routing Fen first, Drieky routing and Chozo Ghost first. They both fought Flagra about the same time. Drieky was done fighting Flagra when Slucky entered Flagra's room. That was, I think, the biggest turning point in this race, was Slucky booking it to Fen, finding their space with their super missiles and their space jump, and Drieky spending a decent amount of time on Chozo Ghost. Then they were able to route back in Fen, but to me, I think that was the biggest turning point in this race.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been pretty crazy. Then again, space jump being a huge item as always. Just the MVP of this game. This has been something, gotta say. Alright. Slucky not forgetting to refill on missiles before Ridley. That would be a bit problematic to run out, especially with Ice Spreader in hand.
And I think it should also be said too, like if you're just starting to learning how to speedrun the game, or you're picking things up, you're watching these streams, you've been speedrunning it, you've been doing rando, Ice Spreader of any of the beam combinations is a great beam combo to have hitting in the Prime X.
Yes, and also a fun fact to know is that usually Ice Spreader deals a bit less damage than super missiles, but Exo has a 1.5 times weakness to ice, so specifically in that fight, it deals more damage than a super missile. And the great thing about Ice Spreader on Exo is that when you hit it, even at full health, you can completely skip a beam phase. Even 2 if you can manage to hit Exo while it is turning around, which maybe Slucky will be able to demonstrate that in a moment. Right now, just dealing with Meta Ridley.
And now what you're going to see Slucky do is they're going to go hide in a corner.
Yep.
And they're gonna try to get Ridley to jump down. Slucky isn't in the right spot, but it is in a spot. It's actually to the corner to the right side of Slucky. And Ridley's gonna jump down, and then, believe it or not, the actual most OP thing in this game is the boost ball.
Yes.
Because you're gonna see Slucky intentionally run into Ridley with a boost ball, and look at that. Ridley is down to its
Oh my
last
goodness, where's the health? Oh no! Oh, that's good. That's good. Ridley being a little nasty here.
Ridley cooperating
misbehaving a little.
Slucky may have actually done this perfectly.
Yes.
Be able to really trap Ridley like this.
Oh, another
spoke
one.
a little too soon.
And never mind. All right,
Ridley
so
was going for a dash.
Yep.
Needs
So
one
what I
more.
will have to say,
Clean Ridley
and
fight.
Clean Ridley, absolutely.
Not
so
the
what I wanna
cleanest I've
say-
seen, but that was a really clean Ridley fight. Not one
Oh.
dash. Drieky
Yes.
is still on the hunt for Phazon, and on the hunt for a lot of things. Going to check Elder Chamber, we know is nothing. We know where the items are that we beat the game.
Yes. Also, one thing I want to expand on real quick for the
Yes.
Ridley fight is that when Ridley starts going for a dash, the window to hit the maw is actually really tight and precise, and that also goes for timing and space. Because if you hit it a little too late, Ridley will be completely invincible during the time it is kind of standing back and exposing its weak point. But it's still faster than letting it dash, honestly. Because you know that the next one is not going to be a dash. Right, and with that out of the way, Slucky, having gone for the Phazon Core climb, a very specific method that I haven't seen before, but whatever works, I suppose.
Absolutely.
And with that, we are starting off Exo. Will we start off on power? Nice! Alright, a single super and a charged power beam shot, which is enough to fully deplete the health of a power beam phase. Now it's just having to deal with wave. Right, so the thing about Exo fight is that it is divided in 4 sub-chambers. The first sub-chamber is always going to be wave and power, random order. The second sub-chamber, which Slucky is in right now, is going to have ice added into the mix. The third sub-chamber will add plasma, and then the fourth one is pure and complete chaos. Making waves indeed. Ooh, and hitting it with the supers, only gonna need to hit a few ice shots. Not opting to go for the charge. Yeah, that's fair. Only 2 uncharged ice beam shots are enough. But yeah, as we are going to be able to see in an instant, Subchamber 4 is pure and utter chaos. Occasionally doubling the animation speed, can change beam vulnerabilities mid-phase. It can be an RNG fest and a bit of a pain. Also, shoutouts to Astral, absolutely decimating the beam puns right there. But to that, I will combo and spread more beam puns. Alright. So after this appropriate reaction from my co-coms,
No, I'm here.
this has
Still
become...
too busy making funnies. There's the first ice spreader. And again, you
Nice.
see what it also gives the racer a quick reprieve, as well.
Yeah. That ice spreader allowing to skip the wave beam phase. Ooh, unfortunately a bit early on the super missile, but that's alright. Running a little low going into Subchamber 4, unfortunately. Ice spreader is a missile-hungry combo. And here, as we can see, Slucky getting trolled by Subchamber 4.
Subchamber 4.
Yep. Right. There we go, still trolling. Well, at least it stays on a good beam, which is like literally anything but wave. Right, only a bit more to go. Meanwhile, Drieky struggling a bit with Life Growth Tunnel. Yeah. This room's half-pipe is notoriously janky.
Oh, rude.
Oh, unfortunate timing on that super missile. Not quite hitting, but... Oh, okay, this is nasty. Subchamber 4 is trolling Slucky hard. As well as Life Growth Tunnel still trolling Drieky. Oh no. Tight spot to be in. Getting a bit frozen there. Alright, and with that, Slucky is done with Exo. Now it's gonna be time for Essence.
Hooray!
So, is that like only 10 minutes to go for you?
Roughly.
Oh.
I just have somewhere to be tonight at a certain time, so
Yeah.
still gotta get ready and then drive, so. Drieky's gonna go come across their other 2 artifacts. And I think the routing decisions by Drieky is actually rather interesting. Slucky just did amazing routing seed.
Yeah. That's, it's routed in pretty nicely with all those last artifacts that just chain together really smoothly.
Yep. Slucky
also
looking
that,
for pool cancels here. Bello, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes,
Please.
so, pool, well, that's not exactly a pool cancel. Right here,
Pool
what Slucky
skip!
is doing...
No, pool cancel,
No.
pool skip.
Yeah, there's a bit of everything. So what Slucky is doing right now is canceling the animations of Essence. What's happening is Essence has a set number of animations before laying down a pool, but you can make these animations go by quicker if you just cancel them by shooting Essence with Phazon Beam and just kind of lock it in place and stun lock it until it lays down another pool, just like this. Very beautiful. And after that, on the third pool, we can actually start pool canceling. So what's happening is that when we are exiting a pool, we have a bit of Phazon leftover left on our suit, and we can still shoot it without consuming the pool, which means we can pull more damage out of the pool. And just like that, Slucky is going for the final all-in blow. Just a bit shy, however. Unfortunate. We will have to wait for another pool, but still, hopefully, not get pool skipped, which is looking kind of grim with where Essence is right now. Oh, please go away from there. Okay, that's good. That's very good. Slucky's staying in
that's what we're
the,
talking about with pool skips. Not cool.
Yeah. Yeah, pool skips is just when Essence is too close to the Exo Carcass, it will just not lay a pool and transition visor phases and reset the counter. And that is GG's for Slucky.
Yes, GG's Slucky. Well done.
Meanwhile, Drieky going for bar skip, as I'd suggested. All right, so let's hope Slucky gets their invite soon, so you can be a part of this interview.
I would love to.
Yeah.
So also at the same time, like, congrats to Slucky. They're now 2-2 in the Swiss stage. Drieky drops to 1-3.
Well, despite the fact I'd only seen part of this race, this has been quite the experience, I gotta say. And speaking of, here comes Slucky in the room with us. GG's.
GG's, Slucky.
Well, that was a seed.
Oh, certainly.
That was an interesting front half of the seed. Last half was just flying. The front half was where the bleeper or space jump boots.
Yeah, that space jump boot location was kind of trolly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I joined mid-race, and y'all still did not have space jump.
Nope. Was rude.
Very.
Yeah, I was not a fan of finding two beams, but unable to grab them until space.
Yeah. Very sad.
One thing I want to talk about, and I want to ask you this before we get Drieky in here. Drieky's still going. Because I gotta split here in a few minutes. The biggest thing, and Bello, you and Drieky can probably all talk about this, but you both were around Flogger at the same time. Drieky was ahead at that point by a little bit. Drieky was done with Flogger when you entered Flogger. You entered the Sun Chamber room to face Flogger. Drieky went back because they had Spider. And Drieky went to go and face...
Ghost, yeah.
You saw that and were like, I'm not going back to Ghost, it's not in logic, and booked it to Fen.
I wanted to collect my beams. Not having the beams and not be able to do like extra stuff while I was in the areas, like it just made most sense for me to just grab the stuff I knew where it was.
Were you at all ever thinking to go back for Wave Beam and with, again, clear water, trying to do NSJ, or did you just really, really want to find your space jump first?
Well, I could do NSJ to get the wave, but it'd be out of logic, and like Plasma was also locked by space, so I was looking at that as like I just need to find space. There's no reason to try to do stuff out of logic until I find space in logic.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah. Yeah, especially given how much of the wave-locked areas require space jump a lot of the time. The NSJ alternatives are really not fun.
Yeah. It was just unfortunate that I like pretty much last locationed it.
Yeah, well, it's just bad location for it. I did a training seed earlier today, which had my space jump in overgrown caverns, so I can sympathize.
As I told Bello earlier, ew, rude.
Yeah, I had a quick practice seed this morning that had bombs in overgrown chamber, so that's gonna be a thing now.
Yuck. I think that's kind of worse than space jump.
I don't know. I would still rather have space jump over bombs.
After space was actually kind of an interesting seed because you got grapple and courtyard, which like that was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Because with grapple, supers, bombs, waves, all that jazz, and like power bombs. The power bombs threw me off too. Because like, for me personally, having power bombs and Varia can sometimes mean go to Magmore. Just because there's a couple of power bomb checks there, and I've had seeds before where waves on the way done.
Run the monitor station cluster. Yeah, that's it's really common. In my experience, it's mostly been power bomb expansions more than the main PBs. Still do those checks regardless for being. But yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say this is a very empty seat early game. I just kept finding missiles and I was like, where are the E-tanks?
Yeah, that's also a funny thing to mention because right now Drieky, they have been running on 0 E-tanks for quite a while. Even back when you had your 2 E-tanks, Drieky still had no E-tanks. But right now, they are rocking a total of, I think, 8 E.
Yeah, that's much better. I got to a point where I was like, I'm gonna have to do stuff that's like longer checks just to get E-tanks because there's no way I'm gonna do final bosses with 2. So that can be kind of sketch sometimes.
Yeah, a bit tight, and especially with only Various suit. If you had Phazon suit early on, that 50% damage reduction would have actually came in clutch with that low E-tank count.
Was not a fan of lower mines.
Yeah, we bore witness to that. That was stressful. Sometimes the beam pirates having anti-stormtrooper aim and immediately just sniping you from afar, and with their 10 damage per shot submachines, yeah, not fun.
Yeah. Yeah, not terrible to see. The back half was actually pretty interesting.
Yeah, it just took a little while to get started because of that space jump.
I'm glad I went to Magma Pool when I did, because like me and Schwartz were like talking about routing and Chozo when we went back, and like my mind kept going back to like the grapple, and it was just like, it's gotta be Magma Pool, right? There's gotta be something there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as it turns out, Ice Beam, TCA.
Yeah.
Cool. So I want to ask a couple other questions before I gotta get out of here. Slucky, what's one thing you liked about
The seed?
Liked about it? Let's focus on the positives, not about some of the craziness that happened early in the seed. What'd you like about it?
Didn't have to last check Ice Beam, which I feel like happens way too often.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Fair. And another question I love asking. This is a Metroid tournament. Drieky unfortunately falls down from going to plasma processing. One question I like asking a lot is, what's something that you have learned in preparation for this race, got to debut with this race, or a trick that you are proud of that you've learned?
Honestly, for me, it's been like I've learned a lot of the tricks early on. I've known quite a few of them, but in preparation, I guess not necessarily for this match, but for this tournament in general, it's been working on movement and routing. Those have been always been my two weakest points.
It's huge as well, and that's something by taking advantage of, having mentors. Movement and routing is huge. Your movement looked outstanding. As soon as you got space jump, you were flying. There's only so much you can do with movement without space jump.
Yeah, it's a bit restrained, shall we say?
Yes.
Yeah, my NSJ movement is lacking a little bit. I've gotten crap for that before.
It's all good.
I mean, that's fair. Who wants to move NSJ? Well, besides Sam, but
yeah,
don't talk about Sam.
How did Sam just get thrown under the bus? Wait a minute, what?
Oh, trust me, he would agree with me. Like, I am saying this knowing full well that Sam loves NSJ movement.
Excellent. Well, Slucky, GG's, Bello, and Astral, thank you both so much for popping in here. All right, folks, Bello and Astral will take you through the rest of this game here. I gotta head on up. I'll see you all next mission. Thank you again, you both.
See you next mission, WX.
Thank you. GG, Slucky, and congrats on your win. Laters.
GG's.
Yep, GG's. Right, so with that, Slucky having gotten plasma processing, I forget what was there actually.
I don't know. I didn't check it.
Oh,
Might have
right.
been a missile or something.
With WX leaving, I guess I'll hot tag in.
Yep, thank you,
For the
Astral.
remainder. Plasma processing was nothing in particular. Drieky just checked it.
Oh, right.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we did see Drieky learning about it live in the race, I think, because they were looking at the directly at the standable spots that are used most commonly on the intermediate strat for it, without Spider. So
Yeah, I thought
always
that was
nice to see.
interesting.
Yep.
Because I think most people do the strat where you stand directly below it and stare at it, and then you kind of just backwards and then forwards.
Oh yeah, that jump. It's a pretty difficult and unforgiving strat. So, but the one where you stand on the pegs is actually a lot more forgiving.
Oh yeah, you can fail
Yeah,
that.
personally, I like going for the first strat, the slope and R jump. But if I do fail, I try to land on the ledge and go for this strat, for this standable strat as a backup. If it flows nicely.
So what do you guys think? I think Drieky is doing kind of the opposite of what I did for like the last 3 cleanup.
Yes.
Drieky...
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, right. So yes, Drieky did go over Life Grove area first, and just now entering mines. So going to fight OP for the last artifact, and probably then gonna save warp and perhaps look for the phase-onto hint, because they still don't have it.
In that situation, I would probably not even play for hand and instead just do upper mines first.
Yes, I would agree, because the thing is, Drieky has had space jump for quite a long time, so they've had the time to clean up quite a bit of the areas they've been previously in. So at this point, it's very likely that Phase on Suit is in mines, and not just by pure probabilities of how often Phase on Suit is in mines, but also just for the sheer amount of checks that there is in mines and what has been cleaned up in other areas.
Also,
Yeah, Drieky is
there.
up.
Yeah, just kind of right there. No, it's this.
Yeah.
Alright. Drieky choosing to do OP first, which is sensible.
Yeah.
Have to go there anyway.
Yeah, and it's also a good gamble to think that Phase on Suit is in lower mines somewhere.
And if it
That was
isn't,
my gamble as well.
in this case it isn't, you basically loop right back into PPC, so there's like not a whole terribly lot of time lost.
Yeah.
Because that's a kind of playing for PPC is at the time. And
Yeah.
Roll through lead control, I suppose.
Yeah, Drieky opting to sort of not really deal with the pirates anymore, which is a fantastic improvement. I remember week 1 or 2 when I was commentating their race, they would fight the enemies a lot, and that was a bit slow. Now we see some good improvement here by just going fast enough that the enemies don't bother you anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I've mentored Drieky in week 2, and even from then, I've seen quite some improvement.
Yeah.
There's like a short time that I've watched.
Oh, a bit unfortunate, the super missile bouncing right off the shield of the invisible drone. But
Yeah, I would-
still getting it nonetheless.
I would assume coming into this room, they're used to doing the plasma strat, and I'm assuming their mentor told them about like the super missile strat like halfway through it. So
Yes.
hopefully in their future runs they'll do that.
They did switch to super missile after shooting it with a fully charged plasma.
Alternatively, if you don't plan on saving or getting the item, you can just completely ignore the drone as well.
Yeah.
And have help for it.
Which, to be fair, Drieky does have.
Yeah.
Drieky, buddy, that's the wrong scan.
I will say I still do that all the time.
Yeah.
I grabbed the wrong one.
It's even worse for me because when I do grab the wrong one, I'm also dashing at the same time, so I have to readjust my position and dash again.
Do we know what Drieky's power bomb count is right now?
At the moment, I think it's like, what, 4, I believe?
Oh, 4 is very good. Yeah, going through lower
Yeah.
mines is weird because it's like you can do it so much faster if you have extra bombs. I got a little lucky because I was on the way to PMT, like around that area, and I only had 1 at the time because I had stopped to get thermal.
Yeah.
And I got that extra drop I needed for Fungal Hull too.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's 3 power bombs. That's
Yeah.
enough.
That's enough, yeah. You need 1 more after Fungal Hole, and then you're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, Drieky's gonna be in the same exact position I was. You kind of just hope for another drop.
Well, another drop would be a nice bonus for potentially trying Trooper Skip on OP, but besides that... Well, other than that, you could also save a power bomb by doing the slope jump strat in MQA.
Yeah, but the slope jump is really weird, and if you fail it,
Yeah.
you fall all the way down, so it's... And everyone hates it. So I'm not sure if it's like all that.
Really? People hate it? I love it.
The slope's like the strat to skip to get the item he just got.
Yeah.
I know of
slope
a
jump
scan
to-
dash. I didn't know there was a slope jump.
Well, there is a scan dash to skip Spider in MQA.
Oh no!
But,
Yeah.
But what I'm talking about here is a slope jump to get on the sort of bar that's near the ceiling of MQA, from which you can walk and then directly jump to the item. And avoid using an extra power bomb.
Yeah. There's actually a method there you can do as well that's a scan dash. You can do it from the platform.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the one with like the box. I don't know how to describe it, but you can do a dash from there past like the invisible platform you jump up to after the spider ball track.
Oh, yeah, that one. Well,
It's a little tight, but that one's nice.
yeah.
I will forever hate this room, by the way.
Yeah, Fungal Hole A is terrible.
I will forever love this room simply because of the possible appliance of grapple dash.
Mm.
And I
mean-
go for it every time I can, even if I fail it.
I just scan the thing, and I'm done with it.
Nope, I want the style points.
Fair enough. All right, now the better Fungal Hole. Drieky taking down these Metroids with fully charged plasma. Unfortunately, they are not cooperating.
And no power bombs now. Fungal
Yeah.
Hole B can be a really satisfying room if you like lure all the Metroids in the corner and just blow them up all at once.
Yeah, that's what I was saying with the
Yeah,
power bomb
I've
drop
done
earlier.
like 5-6 times.
Well, hey, hell, if they're close enough, you can do it with a super missile.
That's even better.
Yeah.
I think another good thing you can do here is even if you don't have power bombs, rushing to the end and then turning on thermal to get better vision, and then just going for the slope jump can help a lot.
Yes.
I guess
that's usually what I do a lot of
Yeah.
the time.
Yep, side to thermal too is you can see what that item is, so you don't have to bomb it and spend time.
Yeah.
That was actually the only reason
what-
I picked up thermal was for the faster movement through lower mines, and then for final bosses,
Yeah.
it actually saves time to just grab it.
Yeah, fair. All right, there we go. That's Fungal Hole B done. Now down to MQB, and hopefully Drieky will not have as much trouble as you did with that many E-tanks.
Yeah.
And
I
a
just got
gravity
lucky with the
suit to boot.
shots. Because I tried to skip the first two pirates, and they knocked me down. I was just like, I just gotta kill them.
Yeah, you had to. There was no other way.
This room's also interesting because there's like a couple different ways to do it. The one I do is kind of like middle ground, but I think one thing that's worth learning for a lot of players in this tournament is trying to get the scan dash if they feel confident in their dashes.
Yeah, getting confident in your dashes is actually a big part of running this game. But like, when you see me doing all kinds of crazy and weird scan dashes across the rooms, and like you want to try it out for yourself, my advice is don't. At first, try to get better at like normal movement. Familiarize yourself with the L jumping stuff, the R jumping, because you're gonna need all this stuff to know how to scan dash properly, to know how to bend the dashes properly, which is also a big part of making some good advanced scan dashes. You will need to experiment a lot, I feel. Experiment with your scan dashes, be as creative as you can, and most importantly, don't forget to have fun while doing it. I just love jumping like Cowboy, all across the game.
What I can recommend, because I've seen a lot of people not doing it, if you have boost ball, use it in almost anywhere you can in like every hallway.
Yes. It's a very consistent and fast movement.
Yep, boost ball is in like narrow like hallways and all that. It's the fastest way you can get
Yep.
through it.
And it also has the advantage of not needing a scan point.
Yep.
I think a small thing that I think a lot of runners could pick up on to get better movement in general is planning movement ahead. So like knowing what the next room is and knowing what you have to switch to. Like for example, in labs and Fendrana, knowing which beam you need to switch to kill enemies faster, knowing to switch the wave, prep your scan for like elevators and stuff like that. It can improve your movement like a lot. So I'd like to see a lot more runners start doing that.
I'm lost on that kind of handout. Okay, I have to admit though I'm guilty of not doing that, mostly because I switch beams a lot to keep my hands busy and not lose focus.
Oh yeah.
That's why you will see me switch beams in super inappropriate places, or like switch visors sometimes. Like sometimes I just randomly switch to X-ray for example.
I'm interested to see
keep
what's...
my hands busy.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
fun having like the high APM.
Yep. And speaking of switching to X-ray, also a quick hint for the OP fight is once you know what colors the troopers are, you can immediately switch back to X-ray and just keep shooting them while you wait for OP to spawn. It's not like they're EXO. They're not gonna change colors.
Oh, Drieky's going for the
Yep. For the one cycle
cycle.
strat with the 2 missiles.
missiles.
So
I learned this one
actually
recently.
yeah, that's actually interesting because I have a really odd way of doing it myself. What I do is like I do 3 super missiles like immediately, and then I finish it off with a plasma shot. It's
That's
slower,
what I
yes,
do.
but also I'm much more consistent at that than risking it with a super missile.
Oh.
So
I'm absolutely not consistent at it because just in my last race I messed up the plasma shot and muscle memory to the pressing missile, so I flamethrowered them.
Nice.
yeah, that's based.
Yeah, I think those are two
Didn't
good
kill him,
strats.
but-
And I think that actually starts a conversation of too, like sometimes something's faster, but if you have like 100% accuracy with the other strat, sometimes it can just be better.
Yeah.
Also, it looks like Drieky's gonna save warp here and go do Ridley.
Yeah.
Would be my assumption.
Well, not really a reason to stay here. The last artifact has been obtained on OP, so yeah, this is going to be a Ridley fight from Drieky here.
Yep, it's a gamble whenever you want to do upper mines first or go to Ridley. Yeah, be told that in mines. What you
Yeah.
could definitely do is a pivot save. 100%.
Yeah.
Maybe not at MQB.
But yeah.
I think even at MQB it might actually still be faster, unless you
I
can
think it is too.
Yeah, probably. I actually didn't catch if Drieky if they opened bars after doing bar skip.
I'm not even sure if they successfully did it. Did they?
I
just
think
missed
they
not
did,
sure.
yes. I
hope they
remember
did.
seeing them struggle a bit with it, but I think they also got it while we were interviewing you with WX Fan.
I think they left actually. I think they went back through. That's right. I remember now.
Then the pivot saving MQB is definitely faster because otherwise you come from Lackmore and are in PPC, and from MQB to PPC is significantly faster than from landing site or from Ripley.
Well,
I will
think you can just go to main quarry. Like you just if that were me, I would just save warp, do Ridley, and then go to main quarry because what I haven't done yet is upper mines, so I'll just be there faster. I do the frigate clash side climb. I go to Life Grove, well not Life Grove, but Great Tree Hall, and
If the bars are not a problem, then
yes,
But
But
if bars are a problem, then
yeah, but I don't think they're a problem anymore for Drieky.
they're a
I
problem
think
for
they lowered
surprisingly few people
Yeah,
in this tournament, like in general. Like I'm surprised.
yeah. Well,
is a
as
good
it
thing.
turns out, mentors have recommended learning this quite a bit.
Oh yeah.
And for a good reason. It's very useful, a very useful skip to know.
I will say there is actually some like another possibility is since Drieky had gravity suit, just going through frigate as well.
Yeah, that's
Dude.
also
That's also nice.
yeah.
We have to time it, how fast that is.
It's also 3 more checks. Like if you don't have phase on, you're still looking
Yeah.
for it.
Well, we will know the area after Ridley, so it's not like there's
Yeah.
really an incentive to do more checks in Talon.
If you don't have something like an ice spreader or something, that just depends on how much you want ice spreader, for instance.
Yeah.
If your priority is like safety with Exo, I would probably actually do it if I don't have some sort of advisory. But finding thermal and forget is rather rare.
If possible, well, you could do it backwards still, yeah.
Yeah.
You can do
So-
backwards frigate and do thermal-less frigate that way, I think.
Thermal in biohazard. That's about the location, huh?
Oh,
Okay, so
certainly.
Drieky now getting the news.
Yep.
And yeah, just kind of standing there.
Yeah, it looks
Oh.
like Drieky says
Yeah,
forfeited,
it
so that might
looks
be
like-
coming into the
Yeah,
chat.
it looks like a forfeit.
Yeah. Yeah, most likely. Let me just check the race time room real quick. That is indeed a DNF. And we also have Lenifis here in chat. GG's.
GG.
And with that, we should be getting Drieky here on in the booth soon enough. Yep, GG's indeed. And while we wait for the invites to send over, we will get ready to greet your opponents, Lucky.
Yeah.
And also, as a reminder for people, if you still want to watch more races, there is one that is just starting right now, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is Amogini versus Cestrion.
That should be a good one.
Yeah, this will absolutely be a good one. Having raced Cestrion myself, absolutely good opponent. This is going to look great.
Obsession with their mentor Dace. So that's gonna
Yep.
be a team.
We-
and I'm
Which
looking
is
with
pretty
Ferrari.
fun because we have actually exchanged mentors with Cestrion from last week. Now I will be mentored by Jay tomorrow.
Nice.
So this will
Yeah,
be-
Jay's really good. That'll be good.
Yeah.
Let's see if the Dace and J hive mind comes into play again.
Yeah. Just watch me versus Cestrion to understand the reference. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Might be seeming to. We will wait for the invites. Okay, well, I don't know if Isaac is. But to answer your question on more serious tone, Isaac, a randomizer is basically, to put it in a certain way. Imagine a game having several items as a specific set of cards in a specific orders. So what the randomizer does is it shuffles that set of cards and then puts it back into the game. So what is happening essentially is that this game, Metroid Prime, has specific collectibles that you can get to progress the map, be it missile expansions or major upgrades like the beams, the visors, things that will allow you to progress in the original game. They will all be shuffled in between their own locations. And so what the goal here in the randomizer race is to finish the game as fast as possible while not knowing where the items are. So you have to be fast, not only on your movement and on your execution while being good at the game, but also being able to think ahead of what will be in here, because the item position is not entirely random. There is something that we call logic, and this is what will predetermine where the items will be placed. This is also what guarantees that a specific instance of a randomizer is beatable according to a certain set of parameters that would either be like the item pool. So sometimes you can put more items or remove some items from the pool. You can alter some things. So for instance, you could hypothetically remove power bombs from the item pool and instead put another missile expansion. And also some of the trick settings that you can do. The randomizer that we use that is called Randomania accounts for several trick levels, from all the way from disabled to beginner, which is mostly what's going to use for this tournament, all the way to hyper mode, which is the absolutely horrible tricks that nobody ever wants to learn, but some people are crazy enough to pull them off. Hoping that was clear enough, because I kind of just yapped. In the meantime, seems like we're still struggling to get Drieky in the booth here. It's alright, I will take matters into my hands, probably. Alright, hopefully that should be able to take care of things. Yes, Drieky did DNF, I can see that on the race time. Oh right, I do not have the control panel. Hold on. That's entirely my bad. Oops, I messed up. Oh no. Okay, well. Yeah, that kind of threw me off because as I joined mid-race, yeah, hold on. Let me get this real quick. Right. No, it has been marked. Drieky has been marked forfeited.
I just did it. I just marked it.
Oh, right. Thank you.
I had the control panel closed.
Drieky's saying
right.
the race time, by the way, that they don't have an invite yet.
Yeah,
Yes,
because
I'm seeing that.
you usually get the invite after you're marked as having won or having forfeit.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah, so that's what was going wrong.
Well, seems to be no invites now.
SG-Bot having a bad day.
That happens.
Yeah. Yeah, please I'm sorry. Yeah, it's 1:30 midnight for me, so a bit tired, but you gotta do what you gotta do in an emergency like this.
I appreciate the commentary, by the way.
Yeah, well, it's mostly gonna be WX who's gonna be thanking me because yeah, obligations sometimes and well, bad seeds. They don't go very well along.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, there we go.
Yep, and with that, we will welcome Drieky. GG's.
Hey,
GG's.
GG's.
So, quite the seed, huh?
Yeah, kind of. But I mean, all the seeds feels like quite the seed.
Yeah, well,
At least
I
so
mean,
far it's this tournament.
yeah. But this late space jump though.
Yeah, it's not the first time. I think it's on 4 seed. It's the 3rd seed with the leg jump for me. So I'm starting to get used to it.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Totally.
That's the
Good
beauty of
practice.
Randomania. You get used to bad logic because it puts so much of it in there. It's not
Yeah.
even funny. Well, it kind of is, but not when you're on the receiving end.
Yeah. At least the goal is to learn, and yeah, I got to learn a couple skips with Leno during the race, so
Yeah.
it's a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I did notice you learning about the spiderless geothermal core to get to plasma processing, right?
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
a very
never-
nice one to know.
Yeah, never done it before, and yeah, last race I had to do the check. I suffered in this check also, and yeah, I did it the long way with no skip. So,
Uh, Yeah, bit sad, but bit unfortunate. But well, you did learn something at the end of it, and that's what this tournament's all about.
exactly. No, like I said, I started playing this game like 2 months ago, even less. So
Yeah, and
yeah,
so
Pretty good
far-
for that short amount of time.
Yeah, so far you've made some pretty fantastic progress. Only from week 2 to this week, where I think I've also commentated one of your races. The substantial increase in progress and speed, and in being able to do things quickly and being able to move through rooms fluently. That's been quite the improvement over simply 2 weeks. That's actually pretty incredible. And you'll have to see that.
Just to have a comparison, 2 weeks ago I didn't know all the checks of the game yet.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's good to know usually for the randomizer.
Yeah, I mean, I knew most of the checks, but I was not familiar with Finance Mine because, yeah, a lot of.
Yeah, it's an unforgiving area. We'll just put it like that.
Yeah. So yeah, we are slowly starting to get it. I'm still really happy to have a mentor with me because I don't know the name of the checks yet, and I still get lost with it.
Well, all I gotta say is knowing the room names mostly comes from experience.
Yeah.
And also being BK'd for hours in multis, but we don't talk about this.
It's going to happen. I'm mostly one of the reason I'm learning is going to be for multis because I'm really interested in playing a lot of randomizer games, mostly in multi-world. So yeah, this one is just going to be one up on the list.
Multis are fun. It's a good thing to go for.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very fun, and they're also a very good place to learn tricks because of how often and how long you get stuck behind waiting for someone else to get your progression. So yeah,
just
a
start to
lot of
break
the
the
tricks
game.
a lot of the tricks I have learned, that was because I was BK'd in a multi. So yeah, let's just say that it takes hell to make someone good.
Yeah.
Well, semi-decent at least in my case.
Or
I mean,
I suppose.
Yeah.
And another fun fact for everyone doesn't know, to just confuse your rune names even more, Tower Chamber and the Metroid Prime remaster is called Meditation Chamber. There you go.
Really? Oh, I did not know
some
that.
reason.
Well, I'm still gonna. I don't know. This is the GameCube version. We towering in this hood instead of meditating.
Meditating is for echoes.
Yes. Shoutouts to MedVista. Well, with that out of the way, does anyone still have anything left to say about this seed?
I was gonna say, what are your thoughts on the seed, Drieky?
Honestly, wasn't so. I don't know if I want to say it wasn't so bad. I was like wandering around, and yeah, it was just a seed with a lot of bad things happening. So a normal seed, I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, the average seed. Gotta
Exactly.
say.
It was pretty average, yeah, I'll give it that. I think if the early game was better, like if Space Jump was in a better spot, this would probably have been a pretty quick seed, actually.
Yeah, just this plasma being taunting. Be like,
Oh, yeah.
you see
Yeah.
it, you like, I don't want to go to Pandora early, but yeah, it was the right call to do.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, so many things like this.
Yeah. We love the delayed space jump seeds. I was telling that to Slucky earlier too, but earlier today I also made a practice seed for my upcoming race tomorrow, and my space jump was in Overgrown Cavern, which is the room just above a frigate crash site. The big room with the large lake.
Yeah.
Ooh, having to go to late shows for a space jump. Yeah.
Yeah, and the worst part is probably the logic chain, because for that I had to get my boost ball in Research Lab Hydra, and in order to get my ice beam in Upper Ruined Shrine, to go to Far Chozo, and finally get my space jump in Overgrown Cavern.
Fantastic.
Wow.
We love it.
Yep.
Absolutely amazing. But
Thanks, Rondavania.
not a
Yep.
bomb on TARDIS leading into an ice beam on Flugger.
Yeah, also. Logic chains can be pretty interesting sometimes, but with that out of the way, any final words before we wrap up?
That's it for me.
Yeah, no, GG. Thanks for the stream and commentating. And
Yep. Also,
Yeah.
shoutouts to WX, who unfortunately could not stay up until then. But again, big shoutouts to WX. Thank you for commentating the start of the race. Yeah, with that out of the way, I think we're just about ready to wrap up. So, as always, you will see the links in Twitch chat. Be sure to follow our racers, Slucky and Drieky, as well as our commentary and trackers, Astral, me, and WX. With that, I don't think I'm forgetting anything. So, with that out of the way, we will see you all next mission.
Yeah.
Magoo.
bye.
JRP Magoo.
See you next mission.
Indeed.